The Jorogumo is an elusive yokai that's said to inhabit the mountains and forests of Japan. In modern times, she is most commonly depicted as a beautiful woman who uses her looks and feminine wiles to lure unsuspecting men into her web. There are many stories about this spider demon throughout Japanese folklore, some that paint her as a tragic figure and others as a terrifying monster. The name Jorogumo comes from three kanji: Joro, meaning dirty or filthy, Gumo meaning spider demon, or alternatively Gumo meaning spider and Musume meaning daughter. So taken literally, it means filthy spider daughter or spider demon daughter. And these names usually indicate that the yokai in question is female. Now, despite the rather unflattering name, the Jorogumo is said to be one of the most beautiful creatures that walk the earth. She's often depicted as a geisha or a woman wearing a red, green or blue kimono and an obi. She may also carry a bag or a basket, and is sometimes accompanied by a small animal like a monkey or a tanuki. And though she typically appears as a human woman, she's also sometimes shown with additional limbs or eyes, which hint at her true form. The Jorogumo's beauty is her most powerful weapon, but she also has a lovely singing voice that can charm animals and make plants blossom. She often sits by a river and play her shamisen while singing, and her music is so entrancing that anyone who hears it will eventually fall into the water and drown. Sometimes she'll simply beckon with her finger for people to come closer, and those who obey are never seen again. If you're starting to think that this yokai sounds a lot like Baba Yaga, then you're not alone. There are a lot of similarities between the two, and they may have originated from the same source. Both are said to live deep in the forest, both lure their victims in with music, and both have a hut that moves around. However, there are some key differences between them. For one thing, the Jorogumo is almost always female, whereas the Baba Yaga can be either male or female. Also, the Jorogumo is a spider demon, whereas the Baba Yaga is usually depicted as an old woman. In addition, the Jorogumo is much more likely to kill and eat her victims, whereas the Baba Yaga typically spares human lives, though she may demand that someone stay with her and help her around her hut for a set amount of time. And lastly, the Jorogumo is considered to be a much more powerful yokai than the Baba Yaga. She's even said to be one of the 8 great yokai, a title given to the most fearsome monsters in Japanese folklore. Though the Jorogumo is a relatively minor deity in modern Japanese folklore, she was once much more widely revered. Back in the 8th century, people believed that she was the spirit of Mount Ibuki, a real mountain in Japan. Over time, though, she became conflated with other spider demons and took on a more monstrous form. These days, the Jorogumo is most commonly depicted as a villain in stories about brave young men who go into the forest to defeat her, and when she is portrayed as a tragic figure, it's usually because some poor sap had to kill her in self-defense. However, there are a few stories where she's actually friendly towards humans. One such tale comes from the colonial past of Japan. It seems that during the 1930s, the Jorogumo was seen as a symbol of Japanese resistance against Western influence. In this version, she helps out a young man named Kichizo who's struggling to keep his dojo afloat. She becomes a regular at the dojo, training with Kichizo and protecting him from harm. And though she's obviously attracted to him, she ultimately gives him up when she realizes that he's in love with another woman. Another story about the Jorogumo's softer side comes from a picture book that was published in 1972. This time, the yokai befriends a little girl who goes to visit her grandmother. When the girl's about to cross a dangerous river, the Jorogumo appears in her dream and tells her that she'll protect her on her journey. Sure enough, when the girl reaches the river, the Jorogumo shows up in the form of a large spider and carries her across on its back. No matter what form she takes, the Jorogumo is truly a fascinating yokai. I hope you enjoyed learning about her, and I hope that you'll stay tuned for more videos about Japanese folklore. Until then, take care and goodbye.